Let me acknowledge the presence of Agriculture Secretary Manuel Piñol, Undersecretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat. Sumudagdagan na rin Duterte. Mr. Jaime Agosto Sobel de Ayala, sir. Mr. Bernard Vincent D. Congressman Nograles. Mga kababayan ko, may hapon ko ninyong tanan. I was going over this, di man gwapo. No, I may not read this speech, but I have to remove the gums from my mouth. Coming over here, I pass by Davao Light, and sometimes you get struck by nostalgia. And I was left turn ako dito, nakita ko itong Abrisa. And I was wondering what would have happened to Davao City were it not for the enterprising family of Aboitiz. Dumating kami dito mga 1949. 50s. And we were still small children, and we could hear, I'm sure some of you who are still around, marinig pa namin yung siren every 5 o'clock. Nagtumutunog yan, signaling the dismissal time for everybody. And yung tunog ng planta na yan, rinig na rinig buong bayan as far as Times Beach noon. Wala pa naman mga masyadong sakyan. So the decibels were quite very low in the entire community, so that lalo na bata ka pa yun, the keen sense of hearing. At nakita ko kung wala ang Aboitiz, paano kaya tayo ngayon? And so also with the Ayala, the family. Were it not for their vision to create another beautiful city, it's now Makati, what could have been the developments by then and now? Ito yung mga tao na gumagamit talaga. There's no doubt about it. They are imbued with the sense of responsibility sa kapwa-tao nila. Maybe because along the way, you get some pera, marami na, and you begin to think of what will happen when you die. Hindi mo naman madala sa langit, lalo na sa impyerno. Kukunin ni Satanas yan. So, you embark on something that is not really for people to remember you, but your own sense of fulfillment in your life in this universe. Yung fulfilled ka. And this may be the driving force of these guys in their mind, uppermost, that we have to give back something also who created us in the process. I give you this power. We all work. You buy it from us. We become rich. We have the lands in Makati. We sell it. But we build a strong community and a beautiful city for that matter, which is now the thriving place, the capital of where the money is. It revolves around that area. So, ganon ang perception ko. And sabi nga ni Manny, institutional yan eh. Siguro kung ma-implement ni Manny yan, just to build the structure. Actually, importante sa countryside is really refrigeration to preserve their product. And the food terminals, sabi nga niya, depot. So we can stock their supplies until the day na there's a good price for it. There is a, kasi, it's hard for governance. Governance is really very hard to, kasi minsan, there is importation. So it really depends on the supply of the law and demand. That's basic and economic. Problem is, kung nagmamura ang importation, ang tao, especially the low income, or talagang halos lahat, bibili tayo talaga sa mura. And the imported one, sometimes, there's a huge difference between the price of imported rice and the ones that they produce. So we have to strike a happy balance there. So sometimes I get invited to the demonstrations of how many hectares can produce so many if handled properly. If the technology is there and government is very active, walang problema yan. But then again, the looming importation of rice, because ngayon wala namang bawal. You can import rice. Even my sons and daughters, they can do business. It's allowed. But there are times, critical times, that we have to stop it. During the harvest time sa Nueva Ecija, I ordered Secretary Pino, sabi ko, stop the importation. So there was this outcry of importers. And of course, the Filipino people. Sabi mo, bakit Mayor, bakit tuan mo to? Na mas mura man, bakit mo pabilihin kami? But then you are faced also with strangling the industry. Wala na silang pag-asa na kumita pa. Because then the competition would be there. Ngayon, kung walang supply galing sa labas, sabi ko kay Manny, bilihin mo na lang lahat. Para mas madali. Hindi na yung ipabili pa nila. You just buy it and keep it in the mga warehouses natin para wala masyadong less bloody. So those are the things that I have to consider when I make a decision. Sometimes, yung mga, lalo na itong mga sinasabi niya na middleman, kung hindi mo naman bigyan, most of them are also already so they build at least may contribution yan society, and most of them are really yung mga middle class. So that are the things that you have to balance, and you go to the economic managers called Dominguez, whether this would be right or wrong, and then you have to strike a happy balance. Then you get the criticisms. You are praised by one group and heavily criticized by another. Because in this life, in governing, you cannot really please them all. So something has got to give. Life is the art of compromise and accommodation. Somebody has to bear it. In this case, kami, wala man kaming magawa because there are things that we have to do. Because you just have to do it. Parang gano'n. So itong rice sufficiency, this was really a part of the three basic fundamentals that I was uttering when I was campaigning. I was early with my speeches, even during the debates, simply because I just said, well, I promise you that I will remove corruption. Corruption talaga mawala yan. Just give me the third. On the third year, mag-level na yan into normal. Talagang hihirit ako dyan. Without mercy ako. Basta corruption, zero tolerance. I just say, resign. Just resign. For those guys who have been using money of the government, just easily going in and out for travel upon the invitation of pasisino lang mga seminar, and they are easy really just to, some of them not getting a permit and wasting the money of the people. I have to ask them to resign. If at all, kung gusto ko man, kukunti lang ang those important meetings. Not just yung basta na lang na there's a seminar about whatever, about farming, about corruption, about business. Hindi natin pera yan eh. And there are a lot of them lined up for next week to be fired. Those who went out of the country to waste the money without the permission of the authorities, in this case the president, they have to go. But I don't make public my dismissals. Para naman, just to spare them of the humiliation. Yan ang talagang sinasabi ko. When I said na walang corruption, wala talagang corruption. Hipahiyain kita, I will undress you before the public. Huhubaran talaga kita, yan ang sakit mo. Pahiyain kita. So when I say to you, you resign, go out silently para walang less bloody para sa atin. Second is itong drugs. If the human rights are thinking that Trump or whoever, the human rights can stop me, I'm sorry. The drug problem, if it becomes worse again, the police has to enter the picture. I want it eradicated if possible. Wala akong ano dyan. It's an organized crime. Shabu drugs is an organized crime. The act of one is the act of all. The liability of one is the same liability for all. Ang problema kasi ito, a lot of us never really understood the problem about drugs. Drug is a merchandise for the poor. Kaya magsabi sila, bakit Duterte maraming namatay na mahirap, walang malalaki? Walang malalaki kasi ang mga malalaki mayaman, they do not use shabu because they know it will drive them into insanity forever. It's a chemical. Hindi kagaya ng cannabis, heroin, cocaine. It's a poppy. It's organic. It will not really destroy the brain just that overnight. But itong shabu is a chemical mixed, very deadly. It shrinks the brain. At pag ikaw ang tinamaan ng shabu, goodbye to your life. So you create insane people and you slaves. You turn citizens into slavery to ache for a chemical every day. And when the monkey rides at your back at makatinay ang katawan mo, you have to look for it. If you do not have the money, you have to steal. If you do not have the money, you have to kill. And after eating it, or ingestion, you go around raping women, ilan na for the past few weeks. Raping the woman and burning the body. And not even itong human rights, kawala-walang silbi itong mga kagaya no, they came very late. I'm not condemning the Maranao. It's part of my heritage. I'm condemning the terrorists for capturing the women there. Many of them already skeletons when recovered. But they were being hostage and raped every day in the last days of their life. Wala. Yan lang ang reaksyon nila. So, what is the use of the reaction? Can it, ako kasi naniwala sa retribution. Ako yung eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Marami kaming abogado, mamili ka lang. There's the positivist theory, there's the retribution theory. Positivist is that they can be rehabilitated, and with care and love, they can go back to the mainstream of society. Sa akin hindi. Pag nakasala ka, magbayad ka. Kung ang buhay kinuha mo, binastos mo, wala kang karapatan dito sa akin. Depende kasi sa leader. I just happen to believe in the retribution. Kasi ako nung maliit pa, Pag nagkasala, retribution talaga yan. I kneel before the altar twice a week. Almost thrice. Nakadupayan sabay palo. Kasi yung nanay ko ngayon, kung buhay pa yun, demandado talaga yun sa child abuse. Kaso, patay na eh. But I loved my mother. Baka siguro nga ganito ako, in spite of my being, hindi ako nagyayabang. Sabi nila, hindi totoo yan. Well, you asked, ako lang ang kandidatong presidente nagpa-hostage. Sila? Anong ginawa nila? Ako, I endured the hostage situation for 2 days. Just to see that everybody was. Kaya kung magsalita ka, I'm not saying that I'm a coward nor brave. What I'm saying is that I am really very dedicated to my oath of office. Wala akong pinagyabang na matapang ako. Hindi nangyari yung... Of course, kung nakasaksak ako, di siyempre, arigluhin ng nanay ko yan. Gago. There is no record. Of course, no record. Because I had parents then. Yun ang, akala naman lang kasi bubu ako. They forgot that once upon a time, I was a vice mayor. And the job of a vice mayor is to preside over meetings and over whatever organizational things that you have to do because you are the presiding officer. Yung speaking lang sabi na, you did it great. Araw-araw ko ginagawa yun. Hindi ako mag-perfect. Barong. Slappy daw ako. Anak na. You know, that was a kusot para sa masa. I call it kusot masa yan. Kasi magtutok and they would tell you the truth. If you go to the vendors dyan sa Tutuban, doon binili ng asawa ko yan. And you can ask them, kayong mga journalists, you can validate them. Doon talaga binili yan. Kaya talagang kunot. Tawag din sa mga, mayaman, kunot, mayaman. Ako naman dito, kunot, masa. Kasi wala man. I dress not to please anybody. I dress myself to be comfortable. Kaya bihira akong mag-Amerikana. One is that it is not an attire for the Filipino. Mainit yung yawa na yan. Anak lang. In summer or winter, it's really very hot. I cannot imagine why. Well, in winter maybe. But barong, kaya lang pino-fold ko. That's the problem. Sino naman nagturo sa akin yan? Di ba, malala mo si Ramos? Anong ginagawa sa barong niya? Di ba ginaganon? He folds it to a 3/4. Di ako rin. Kasi kung mahaba, mahirap maggalaw. Gisi. Kasi yung mga, alam mo na, everybody wants to dress you up. So, they make the barongs and try this one. Sometimes it's too tight. Yung amin doon sa was, yung mga barong namin, ginawa yun ng mga, tight. Bilihan niya. But that's part of the territory of yung mga ganitong events. So, hayaan mo na, nagkapera naman yung kapwa-tao natin. They design the barong and they compete and it's awarded whoever makes it. But they don't measure you. They just go ahead and estimate, tapos pagsuot mo, kaya litsing ito. Ginagawa ko. I am there presiding not to please any state figure, to please the prime ministers and the president. Of course not. I go there and I want to please myself. Dito ako komportable. Ngayon lang ako since when did yung nag-Amerikana. Kaya baka pag namatay ako, dress me up with the coat and tie. Kasi minsan magtingin ako sa mga funeraria, especially when I make the rounds. If I go to the funeraria, I have to visit all chapels. You just cannot go into one dead friend and alis na ako. So, bisitahin mo yun. Sometimes it takes me 4 hours to finish. Hindi ka na mapunta doon para magtingin lang. Siyempre, baski na pakunwari na lang. Anong nangyari? Then, meron kang ibay kunti. I'm sorry. Sa bagay, matanda naman. Usually, pag sa 90 years old, gusto ko na sabihin, iyak-iyak ka pa dyan, pasalamat ka na nga. Kapahingan yung tao. Pero wala mang tumatanggap ng gano'n. Sige, kawa naman. Did he suffer? Sus Maria Josep. So minsan, makita mo, tingin ka dito, tingin ka. At one time, siguro, yung 3 occasions, pag gano'n ko, nakita ko yung barong, pareho sa akin yung burda. Sabihin ko doon sa yaya ko, tapon mo na yan. Yan rin, kinakita ko na yan. Pero pag gano'n mo, ang barong ko ito. So these are the vignettes of life, I would call it. That really makes your persona. So, but I work hard, kami ni Manny, for the country. Matanda na kami. Wala na, bas kinakawin namin yung isang bodegang bigas. Anuhin mo namin yung kainin namin? It's the last mile for us. After that, paunahan na lang kami ni Manny sa... We know that limited stock na kami. Very limited na, and we are on deck sa pre-departure. At ito, butit na lang si Manny nang survive. He got sick he was very serious. Pneumonia. Butit na lang, lumusot. He was already scouting for a new... I was about to visit him. Sabi ko, how sick is he? Very sick. He's in the hospital. Huwag na tayo magpunta doon. You might compromise. Pag ka nandyan sa magdala ka pa ng... Huwag na lang. He was on the second week, nasa hospital pa. Wala na. Necrological ng sunod nito. Aboitiz still fine, up and about, and ready. So, ganun lang. I want to share thoughts. I do not want to... Kaya, in fairness, to do justice to the guy who wrote this. Ito 3 pages yung pangatlo, wala bang... So, I will just read the last page. Pagbigyan naman para... I hope that the Tienda Farmers and Fisherfolk Outlet will open doors for greater opportunities for our kababayans towards a better and brighter future. Let us strive to make this happen. But first of all, yung sense of responsibility ng kapwa mo tao. In the same manner that there are now so many Filipinos who have grown up to be adults without that sense of accountability. Yan ang mahirap. And that came about in droves when we lowered, hindi sana you lowered yung instead of 12, ginawa ng 15. Pero ang talaga doon, there is one single person who's responsible for all of this. For his short-sightedness, he created a monster. He's my friend. I owe him a debt of gratitude. Kayang Mayor Inday na yan, she was grade 4. Siyempre, isang babae lang yun noon. Ngayon, 2 na kay may ibang asawa na naman. So, sabi niya ko, anak, anong gusto mo kung birthday mo? Sabi niya, gusto kong makasama si Sharon Cuneta pa. Kasi yun ang ano niya, magkain kami. So, tinawagan ko si ano. So, no, Sharon accommodated us. So, for that alone, for making my daughter happy, inteng utang na loob. The problem is, he does not want to acknowledge it. Yung lowering pegging rather, the age at 15, at mahuli, labas ka agad. Labas-pasok sila araw-araw. Not even a minute of a lecture, what are the responsibilities or the accountability of a citizen. Lumaki ito, matagal na yan. They'll go in and out. And with the advent of drugs, yun. Alam nila, pasok labas sila. Ngayong, ano na sila, hindi na madala. And wayward na. Talagang, shabu, ang market niyan ang mahirap. Hindi yan para sa mga mayaman. Hindi yan para doon sa mga taga-Forbes, Dasmariñas. Wala, yan. Yung mga professionals na maraming mga engineers na doktor. Kumihirit niya sila ng cocaine. Marijuana is really a popular drugs among the middle class. Pero hindi nakakasira ng utak. Itong shabu, sabi ni Duterte, bakit namamatay puro mahirap? Kasi ang market, ang activity, nandyan lang sa Tondo, sa Daca. Wala man yan dyan sa iba, if at all. So yan ang explanation dyan. At kung masabi sila na these are the small fish, magpatay ka naman ng mayor, sabihin mo you murdered the mayor, and so he's a big shot. Ano gusto ninyo? Balyena? Unless the billionaire starts to snip. Ngayon talaga, ba't sino mga magagawa niyan? Kaya ang problema ko sa masa. That's why there's a rage in my, kasi mahirap na, idiin mo pa. Sabi ko nga, lalo na yung nasa labas, ang mga nanay, pati tatay, once a mother leaves the family home, it becomes dysfunctional. Pag umalis ang tatay, dysfunctional yan. Pag nag-alis ang tatay, pati nanay, sigurado yan, dysfunctional. Ang bata, iniiwan sa lolo't lola ko kung no longer supervise them. Take control of their activities in and out of the house. So, pagdating nung galing doon, and they have to endure a very hard life. It's a uniform complaint. No specific country, anywhere. Pinapakain sila ng tira. They're allowed only to sleep 3 to 4 hours. Then they are used 6 hours. Because it's allowed. In other cultures, when you are a slave, bought from the slave markets of Africa, or you are paid, with it goes sexual abuse. Ganon ang kultura. Tapos ganon na lang ang hirap nila, and they endure all this thing, sending them money. Kaya naman yan dyan, alam nila kung sino yung may regular remittances. Yun ang dinidikita nila. Pagka ganon, pag-uwi ng tatay pati nanay, in spite or despite of their sacrifices, their efforts, their sacrifice are put to a naught. Kaya ako galit. That's why I said, do not destroy my country because I will destroy you. Do not destroy the youth of my land. Because mahirap man tayong lahat. Pagtanda ko, sino magbili ng antibiotics ko kung manimonya ako? Kagaya kay Manny. Buti isyo, kaya 3 man asawa niya, mamili lang siya kung sino ang ako dalawa lang, sino magpakain sa amin ng lugaw magsusubo? Who will pay for the oxygen that we need? Who will pay for the hospital? Sweldo namin, ang pensyon namin sa gobyerno. Me, I can be hospitalized, saan? Kanina Santos yung hospital ko. Maybe 7 months. After that, dissipated yan. Police, ordinaryong employee, makano ba ang pensyon mo, gratuity mo? Yung SSS, makano? Hindi mo kang nabibisina. Kaya talagang sabi ko, whether we go bankrupt someday. Ayaw ni ng mga managers, lahat, ayaw ko lang sabihin. Ayaw nila, yung basta yung connected sa finance, sa cabinet, objected. You know, in-overrule ko sila, sabi ko, hindi mo kabili na yung hypertension lang na medisina, mahal na. Tapos ganunin mo ang Pilipino. Saan ang pupunta Pilipino ngayon? Pagsagot ang human rights, sila ang magbili sa medisina. Sila ang magbili ng kabaong. Magpunta ba sila doon may kandila? Of course, I know na in war, meron talaga nangyari. And these things will be investigated. But do not automatically condemn governments because hindi naman tayo lahat puro gago ng you elect or you choose insane people. Our mouths must be different. Pero we are in this governance. So again, we would like to thank the corporate, hindi yung sabihin mayaman, the corporations who have the sense of responsibility for the phenomenon. Now, they are contracting with certain farmers so that bilhin nila lahat. And how about all the farmers doing their thing and selling it to? But of course, there's always the competition. Remember, para na tayong free trade and everything, it will be more profound in the years to come. We have to compete. That is why production is the secret. So, ang production mo pareho sa kanila, then they have to choose. You can easily convince, bilhin mo na lang yung Pilipino, pareho lang din ang presyo. Parang ganun ang... So, it is how Pinule works now until the last day of my term to institutionalize this. Maingat sino dumadaan niya, nandito yung presidente. Karami naman. Why do not do that? Do you hear me using the idiotic siren? Tawagan mo siya, putang ina, ingay. Tupan nila. It's irritating. Well, anyway, yun ang, may I do it, ha? Do not do it. I just ride, pick up hanggang ngayon. Pick up lang, nandyan sa labas. Same pick up that I used when I was, well, really, when I became mayor in 1988. At hindi ako nagsasiren. Except yung mga magagandang girlfriends ko dumadating at late ako sa baka sasakay uli sa aeroplano. Kailan pagbaba nila nandoon ka na. So, hindi ko type yung gano'n. So again, I would like to thank for helping the Filipino. At sa inyo naman, kayo na nakikinig rin sa akin, nawala pa na kayo. Istorya mo lang yan. Really, really. Yung ibig sabihin yung bad jokes. The good ones talagang totoo yan. And I said, there's no change. Yung drugs, they're wasting their time. They are really wasting their time. If you want me to stop it, then kill me. Period. Or oust me. Tapos. At least wala na akong duty. I'm freed of that sworn obligation to protect the people and preserve the Republic of the Philippines. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President.